Welcome to my channel. The Case of Ella Bennett. Thank you to my viewer, who suggested today's content. Charity Bennett was the mother of Paris and Ella Bennett. Paris Bennett was born on 10 October 1993, in Abilene, Texas. Ella Lee Bennett was born April 12, 2002, in Newnan, Georgia. As a child, Paris was known to be charismatic and very likable. He had an IQ of 141. However, after his sister Ella was born, he would show resentment towards her, as he felt that he wasn't the sole focus of his mother's affections. Charity had previously been into drugs, but had been clean for a while. She would relapse, which made Paris very angry. On February 4, 2007, Charity hired a babysitter, while she went to work at Buffalo Wild Wings restaurant, where she worked as a waitress. At 10 p.m., Paris managed to convince the babysitter to leave the house, which is what happened. After the babysitter had gone home, Paris, who was 13 at the time, sexually assaulted his 4-year-old sister Ella, before choking her and stabbing her 17 times. The motive of this was found to be the resentment towards his mother. It is believed that he had planned to kill his mother, but decided to make her suffer by killing her daughter. Paris, after attacking his sister, called his friend and spoke to him for around 6 minutes. After the call to his friend, he called 911. He told them what he had done, but made out he had some visions, which made him do what he did. This, of course, was a lie. The 911 dispatcher instructed Paris to start CPR on Ella. The dispatcher thought he was doing this, but in fact he was just pretending. He left Ella to pass away. At around 12:30 a.m., Paris was arrested for the murder. Paris was charged with capital murder of Ella. He was not charged as an adult, as the minimum age that a juvenile can be tried as an adult in Texas is 14. He was charged as a juvenile. He pleaded guilty to capital murder and sentenced to 40 years in prison, with the possibility of parole after 20 years. During the proceedings, he was diagnosed as a psychopath. He claimed had been having homicidal thoughts since he was a child. It was found that when Charity was just 6 years old, her mother Lila was arrested and charged with killing her father Bobby. Her parents had been separated for some time. His body would be found by the police. He had been shot in the back of the head several times. Authorities believed that Lila had hired someone to kill her husband, and hadn't actually killed him herself. The jury in her trial would acquit her. After Paris was sent to prison, Charity still maintained contact with her son. Charity would go on to have another child. She has been told that both she and her child are at risk once Paris is released. Experts believe it is highly unlikely that Paris could ever be rehabilitated. In 2021, Charity decided to cease all communication with Paris. She is aware that she will likely have to move to a new location once Paris is released from prison. She has come to realize that when Paris is released, he may come to hurt her and her child. At the age of 19, Paris was transferred to an adult prison. He will be eligible for parole in February 2027. If his parole is denied, then he will be released in February 2047. Charity set up the Ella Foundation. Their mission is to prevent violence, to advocate for human rights through education, criminal justice reform, and victim advocacy. Paris Bennett is serving his sentence at Ferguson Unit, Texas State Prison. Due to his crime, Paris is not allowed to have any interactions with children. Paris Bennett has been the subject of several true crime documentaries over the years. Our hearts go out to Charity and her family for their loss. May Ella's memory never be forgotten. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel to view other content.